Have you ever faced a test so big you thought you couldn't possibly pass it? A moment where your faith was pushed to its absolute limit? Today, we read diving into one of the most powerful and challenging stories in the Bible, the journey of Abraham and his son, Isaac. This isn't just an ancient tale. It's a profound lesson on trust, obedience, and God's incredible provision. Imagine Abraham, a man well into his old age, finally receiving the son he was promised for decades, Isaac, the child of laughter and joy. Isaac was everything to him, the living embodiment of God's covenant. Then one day, God speaks to Abraham with a command that must have shattered his world. Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain. I will show you. Can you even begin to fathom the weight of those words? The son he had waited a lifetime for, the heir to God's promise, was now to be offered as a sacrifice. Every natural instinct, every fatherly feeling must have screamed in protest. The confusion, the heartbreak, the sheer agony of this command is almost unimaginable. Yet, what does the Bible tell us? Early the next morning, Abraham got up, saddled his donkey, took 2 of his servants and his son Isaac, and set out for the place God had told him about. This wasn't a rash decision. It was a 3-day journey. 3 days for Abraham to walk with his beloved son, knowing what God had asked of him. 3 days for doubt to creep in, for him to question everything. But Abraham's faith was not in the promise alone. His faith was in the promise giver. He trusted God's character, even when he couldn't understand God's command. As they approached the mountain, Isaac, carrying the wood for the offering, turned to his father and asked a heart-wrenching question. Father, the fire and wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham's response is one of the most faith-filled statements in all of Scripture. God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering. My son. He didn't know how, but he believed that the same God who miraculously gave him a son could also miraculously provide a substitute, or even raise Isaac from the dead. On the mountain, Abraham built the altar, arranged the wood, and bound his son Isaac. He laid him on the altar, on top of the wood. He raised the knife. In that climactic moment, just as he was about to obey, the angel of the Lord called out from heaven, Abraham, Abraham, do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son. And then Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns. He took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. Abraham called that place, "The Lord will provide." And to this day it is said, "On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided." This story reveals the heart of true faith. It's not about understanding every step of the journey. It's about trusting the one who guides our steps. God wasn't testing Abraham to see if he would fail. He was revealing the depth of Abraham's faith and demonstrating his own faithfulness. The test was not about death, but about devotion. What mountain are you facing today? What is God asking you to lay on the altar? Maybe it's a dream, a relationship, a career, or a plan you've held on to so tightly. It can be terrifying to let go, but Abraham's story teaches us that when we are willing to surrender everything to God, we discover that He is our ultimate provider. He is Jehovah Jireh. He sees our needs, and He meets them in His perfect time and His perfect way. Your test is not your final destination. It's a testimony waiting to be told. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories of faith.